Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. Now, this is Martin in here and another breakfast show focusing on Bursa KLCI. We have seen what has happened over the weekend, the continuing selling on the US market. But the good news is the KLCI is really holding on to where we see right now in here. Let me just show you a chart on what I've talked about in here. So you can see from the chart, I'm going to scrolling in here, it's really nicely holding up in here, but you can see there is some sort of a moving average compression at the high here. You can notice also the last high here, it's actually forming a double bottom, but you do have one spring in here, but it all going to depends what is likely to happen, whether the KLCI will be supported by local institutions. Let's take a look at what we have for you this morning in our breakfast show. All right. So welcome for those of you who are just joining us in this morning. This is the Bursa KLCI focusing this morning in here. Now let's take a look at our agenda this morning. The KLCI is still in the green pentagon and supported at 1430. So the question we were really wondering is whether this market, can it hold on or will it break down? And that's the question all of us is kind of thinking, as well as myself in here. And also we'll be reviewing the stage 2 shares and also the stocks FA collection, which we talked about last week, 23rd of October. So if not, you can go over and watch that episode that I've done to in here. But you can see from here, the 1440 is really very, very weak support just on top of here, the 1440 in here. And so what we have is also this coming Wednesday, myself and my fellow colleague, so more like industrial industry friends in here, Macquarie Warren KK will be here. We'll talk about the Asian and Bursa market Q4 outlook, what's ahead in here also too. At the same time, we all know that the SmartRobie is powered by Pentagon Guider. I think that's the one that's been giving a lot of good up signal and down signal going forward. And of course, if you look back in the Bursa KLCI Pentagon champion, there are a couple of them. So of course, we also have some also down. But if you look back, now this is why I always want to share with you some of the top winners in here. It's important to study the backdrop behind it. Pay attention to those low volume. You can see the low volume is here, another low volume in here. Usually the low volume is really what we call that sign of smart money accumulation. Before they push up in here, you could see there's also in here, and there's another 2 spots here before the green pentagon in here. I think many of our SmartRobie new users, this is what you want to be studying before this upward move. And of course, most average investor that is unskilled, of course not you, those of you who have been following me will know that. And if I'm doing a great job in here, educating the public in here, educating you, give me a thumbs up in here. So we'll continue to move forward with this good education in here. And as you can see from here, after the light volume that you see here, the market continue to break out, but on the background of the green pentagon. So all technical analysis made easy by Pentagon Guider in here. And of course, our VSA 360 for one of our premium members, they have access to VSA 360, able to see the insider buying and selling. I think that has been one of the forefront of why our trade VSA chart has been grading very good success in here. Now let's take a look at the market that we've seen right now. The KLCI definitely with the spring in here, you do see strength in the background, but of course you also have the double top, as I said before, just above me in here. The market is actually getting a slightly weaker in the sense in here and may test to the upside, but of course last 2 weeks we have 2 weeks of continuing foreign fund outflows in here. Railway track is also turning down, which is the 20 and 40 11-day moving average. So right now we want to see a line change, but I don't think that is likely to happen. Most of the time we see line change are actually distribution. You can see that's one over here. This line change or one of the spread bar, it's actually distributing. So I do think that should there be one that just break out this level here, it will be another distribution, then the market can fall further down. And that's what I think is likely to happen. Let me know what you think. Do you think that the KLCI is likely to push forward in here And let me know, those of you who are regular listener in here. And of course, we also want to see a possibility this market. Let me just, I went one step too fast. And let me just go back one more slide here. And if they do have two consecutive, it's very important that we want to see two bar, one bar up, another bar up, not like this one here. One bar up and then jatuh balik. That's not what we are looking for in here. You like to see one bar up and then break up in here and go up. And of course, we also want to ask the audience who are listening right now, if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to put it into your comment. I'm happy to look into it, because some of the stocks that we picked up last week did have a nice move in here. I think it's also important, those of you who are using, especially our members, do it in the virtual trading or paper trading to test it out, that you can see the success of Pentagon Guider of how we have shown you in the past in here. Now, looking at the chart here for the FKLI futures, which is the cousin of the FKLI, because it's a forefront of this chart, and you can see it's already turned red pentagon. So this is so-called like the leading indicator compared to the KLCI in here. You also notice the lower low. Okay, you can see here it's lower low here. The high here is lower than this low, and this high here is lower than this low. So that usually tells you the market is actually turning downwards. Of course, this lower is still higher than here, so it does look like the pressure is forcing downwards. That's what I still think, that this market is still going down. All right, we got No and also Mohammed here with AZRB. Of course, we're going to be looking at them. Great. Give a thumbs up in here and do share this in your timeline. And that's why the market is looking to break down in here. At best, just going to move sideways from here onwards. Now, what are your stage 2 shares? Now, stage 2 shares are one of the important shares that we find that it is a continuation, especially the trend that we see. And we have done enough backtesting to show that a lot of the time, these stage 2 shares move independently of the overall index. Now, we all know FBM 70 and FBM SC, which is the two indices that we tell our members as well as the public to look at into the trading view, which actually show you the small cap stocks and also the mid 70 stocks, because these are the one that we generally focus a lot more in here. All right, if you have any more stocks, feel free to pencil in the comment. I'll be happy to look in. So stage 2 shares are really what we're looking at upstage. Now let's look at FP group. All right, switch to a wider chart here, and you can see FP. Okay, FP, is it FP? Yeah, FP group. And we're going to go on to the 1 month chart here, just to show you, since we are looking at just last week, 23rd of August, and sometimes you get this, and you got to hit it one more time. Look at the stock chart, stock comment, and check out the 1 month. Okay, now if you look at the 1 month, which is fairly good, you know, on the 23rd of August, if you look at the 23rd of August, that's the one. It came back down on low volume, another hit back up, so that's a nice one. Continue to show this is really in the uptrend in here, so you want to be looking. Next one is Homerit, so that was moved very favorably. Let's look at Homerit, the stage 2 shares. Right, this was from last week, and again we'll be looking at 1 month chart here. Switch to a 1 month. It did, the 23rd was this bar here, and it did go higher, so that's a good one too. So a lot of the stage 2 share are showing it. Partly is because we don't see the big fallback that we have seen in the US market. So much so, the KLCI really is moving independently of it. So let's take a look at the next one, which is Oriental Food Industry, OFI. Okay, we hit on OFI here, and then we look at stock chart, stock comment, and then we look here, and this has been one of the big move. Nicely done. You can see 23rd. Yeah, 20th, 23rd. The market has moved from somewhere between 140 to high of 150. Very nice. Maybe like what, 4-5% movement in here, so that's a good one. You can see the continuum of a stage 2 shares once it come out, and that's the one that you want to be focusing. And last but not least, also MI. Okay, MI hit that one, and you can see stock chart, stock comment, Can show that one. You can see also switch to 1 month chart, and you can look from here 23rd, right? Pull back a bit because also the technology has pulled back, but not bad. We have 4 stocks, free move very, very favorably. Okay, let's take a look at what we have this morning in terms of our so-called stage 2 shares. This morning in here, and we have the 30th October. Of course, those of you who want to know how to get it, just go over to the main menu and you can see ST2 both on the right hand side. Hit this button here and you can get the same stocks that I'm getting up here. So we have what? We have BJ. Okay, BJ Corp. So let's take a look at BJ Corp. And BJ Corp started to move up, but take note, this is the 30-cent shares. And who knows, we got a nice low volume on the left hand side in here, so it's going to be a challenge. You see this stocks moving up. Next one is YTL Power, which have done very well in terms of utility. They are going into renewable energy, they are going to a data center, and those are the things that institutional really like it because they generate a lot of good news and tend to be very favorable. But we all know smart money will always distribute, right? So you can see from here, this 6-month chart, the market has distributed here, double top. Right now, just turned green Pentagon, and this is definitely one of the stocks. Just turned green Pentagon in here. You could see a little bit of low value media. Let's also come back next week and see what kind of movement that we'll see in here. And also, not to forget, Great Tech. Okay, Great Tech, and you can see Great Tech here. Okay, stock chart, stock comment. And Great Tech also seems to be heading up higher here. Let's take a look at Great Tech. So again, next week we're going to come back and look at it. This stock, like what we saw last week for the stocks. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter. If you have not, that's where you can go use the QR code for many of the news that I cover, and also part of what I think about likely the market could go on. And of course, also our stock FA collection, which is the fundamental analysis collection in here, where we focus a lot of good fundamentals. If you look at last week, let me just bring this chart here. Excuse me. Now, last week we were up here 3.2% for Westport, and subsequently the market has gone up 4.4%. This was a nice one in here, which is also part of the stage 2 shares. Just now the stage 2 shares in here, 4.5% in here, despite when we see market not moving. And also let's look at Westport. What are the fundamentals in here? And remember, this purely focus on the fundamental side. And you can see Westport does give a 4.26% dividend with the ROE, return on equity, which is, if you look at the sector average, is only 13%. This is giving it at 22 with a PE of 15 times. So that's a rating of a 5 rating in here. Take note of that one in here. And this week for 30th October, we only have one. This one is a bit pricey on the high side. Hong Leong Industry. Okay, Hong Leong Industry. And let's take a look at the stock chart here. So you can see the stock chart kind of weird. You can have this like a H, that's where the resistance is. I think there are probably some big institutional try to buy this. Now the market has gone back to the 9 ringgit in here. Let's take a look at the stock fundamentals. And you can see here, this one has a rating of 5.2. 6% dividend. Check it out, 6% dividend with the ROE of 13, and that's pretty good. Of course, you can also check out what the things they do. Let me just kind of interesting to see whether do they still make the vehicle, the motorbikes, which I think previously they have done, or they have moved on to something else. Hong Leong Industry, HLAI. Yeah, they're still making motorbikes. Okay, so our business is all motorbikes. I wonder what motorbike do they make? Oh, they also make furniture. That's a fair thing or two, right? So that'll be interesting to see. Hong Leong Industry, we also speedboat too. All right, okay. So that's how you want to do a bit of research. If you really want to look into these stocks and sort of give you a headwind where the market likely to go. Okay. Now, of course, those of you who have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to pencil in there. I'm happy to know. Now, the unique proposition about Pentagon Guide, especially those of you who are new, a little bit of explanation. Pentagon Guide uses a proprietary information that we use. We help to simplify a lot of technical analysis by giving green Pentagon up signal and down pentagon when there's a down signal in. And right now we really want our members and also the public to use the watches. So make sure you download the SmartRobie and share with your friends so they can use that watches whenever the green pentagon comes or the red pentagon comes up. You'll be alerted of it in here. Just set up under the investment tab menu, and you look at the blue cells. That's the one we're telling you that it's ready to go. And of course, you want to set a different watch list for different markets, especially the US market, which I usually cover on Friday. And either you get a green pentagon or a red pentagon during that alert. And that's simply a very good one. And more importantly, it actually gets notification in the morning or in the evening after 10:30. And much of what I want to also cover is the Robie US market, which I think going forward with the November to December, I know many people are still very, very so-called bearish about the US market, but that is expected for the month of October. Tend to be the market bottom in here. No doubt it's broken through in here. Lots of bad news, but the earnings for the third quarter that's coming up from the US market, it's not too bad. It's just that the high yield, the high interest rate, and that's one causing the market to actually send a bit lower. So check it out. And this coming Wednesday, make sure you join me at 9:30 for in-depth to the Asian and the fourth quarter outlook, what I think for it in here. And pretty much of what we do focus on you, which is the putting up you to the next level. That's why we encourage and also invite you to join our premium membership for our Turbo VSA methodology, right? And you can see some of the students doing pretty well in here. Good success story. And we do hope that by joining our premium membership, some of these were able to rub off to you, then you can benefit to in so much so that we finally come to our summary in here. The KLCI is well supported at 1430 with the foreign funds coming in. Foreign funds coming in inflow right now. We do hope that if the inflows are coming in, then we're likely to see a breakout. If not, it's best just sideway market. But the Robie FA list, like the one in the Westport and also Hong Leong Industry, gives a very good dividend, 6% in here, right? And of course, those of you who are more experienced, check out the ST2 intraday. Okay, that's the one. Also sign up for our newsletter, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for our premium membership in here. That's a good price to be getting access to the new features. And also don't forget, fellow members, tonight 9:30 p.m. will be our weekly live training, and we'll be picking a couple of stock trade idea, which I'll share with you how to pick them and also review the stock trade idea portfolio that we have in here. All right, right now we're going to go on to the stock pick in here. We have a couple in here. We have Inari. So let me just bring up the stocks here. All right, we're going to look at Inari on the SmartRobie here. All right, that's we go. Or we can use the trading view, which is real time in here. All right, I didn't turn it on. I did have. Okay, so that's the one in here. So you can see Inari, like it or not, it has a double top, and this is on the backdrop of a weaker US market. So right now, I do think it will hold at 280. Right, and you can see right now it did form a good support here, but if we do break below the ATR stop loss 277, that's when you need to exit, because we might see the market breakdown. But very unlikely we'll see that, unless as I said before, the October month is also one of the market bottoming in here. There are much other better stocks than this one here if you are trading. Now next one is Amazaki, AZRB, and if you have any stocks when you might look at, feel free to let me know. We'll look at them. Or this one is a penny stocks. It has broken below the ATR. So no doubt there was a green pentagon, but it has broken the ATR stop loss at 22 cents. So must cut loss. This one, because it can go down or will stay down for some time, and you might miss some of the good trades like we shared with you with the ST2 trade. Remember stage 2? Or the FA stocks in here. I think that's very important. Many of our unskilled public members, which never been coached, never been trained before, so they don't value the significance of cutting loss. I think that's very important. Part and parcel why we want to increase your financial IQ. So make sure you get that. and you're able to move to the right side of the market, which means you follow the market. Right? I think that's important too. And so that's all that we have for this morning. And don't forget to join our Telegram chat room if you are not, share that with your friend for all our educational material in here. And if you have any stocks, last call, right? Let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. And thank you for your support. And we appreciate your time spent with us. And I do hope that my little time spent here will help you to elevate your educational level about the market. Thank you again. And I'll see you on Wednesday.